Hi everybody, welcome to the partial lunar eclipse in Taurus astrology chat for October 28th, 2023. It took me some time to do this video. My heart and my mind is heavy today, and I'm not going to hide that from you. The astrology that we have today is completing a 2-year cycle that is bringing into completion, and in many ways, while ending, also beginning a new cycle of where we are after what we've learned in the last 2 years around what is valuable to us, where our philosophies align, what we're willing to do to have our soul and our ideas and our morals be manifest in the physical world. There is very much an energy of deciding what you have realized was absolute in your life, how that's no longer absolute, and what that means for you about how you're going to grow and what you're going to learn, what you're going to carry for yourself in the future. So the keys for this eclipse is going to be applicable for the next 6 months, and I suspect in many ways for many years to come. And it is, what is the authenticity of your morals? What is the authenticity of your philosophies and your ideas about who you are and what you believe and what you desire and what you're willing to fight for? What has died in many ways in yourself and in your life for you to have more growth and more room? What are you willing to sacrifice for your greater good, for the society's greater good? Really, what kind of soul warrior are you? And this is very much amplified by the fact that we have the Mercury, Mars, and the Sun in Scorpio. And so all of these energies are about depth. All these energies are about what's underneath, about spirit, about the unseen, about magic, about the occult, about where your energies of release are required for you to have new beginnings. And all of these are in opposition to Jupiter that is with the moon in Taurus. And this is Jupiter that's retrograde. This is Jupiter that's going through a very deep reconsideration, again, about what our philosophies, our ideas, our morals, our higher mind. You have to be very careful about not being dogmatic to the point of not letting yourself learn anything new or apply anything new, or to the point of closing yourself off just because you're afraid of seeing what the truth is, right? If there's anything Scorpio will do, it's going to reveal the truth for good or for bad. And so there's opposition, as always, is intended not for you to stop, but for you to synthesize, for you to consider, and for you to balance. So as we all today consider who we are and what we stand for, what we're aligned with, what is the greater good beyond our personal comforts, I ask all of you to choose, hopefully, the higher octave, right? Allow yourself to be loud when it's uncomfortable. Allow yourself to be a warrior for those who can't speak for themselves. Allow yourself to give up comfort so that others can be included in the grander scheme of things. This is not just a personal matter, but because you are part of the collective, what you do matters, right? You have a connection to everybody. And so this opposition to Mercury and Mars with Jupiter is a very good time to sit back and think, like, what have I really learned about myself? What have I learned about the power of my words, about the stories that I believe, that the dialogue and narratives that I've held on to? What has changed? What do I no longer believe in? What have I released? And what does that mean? Same thing for your actions. What have you learned about your actions? What you've learned about the actions of others? What information has come out in the last 2 years that made you realize that what you thought you could trust, you really couldn't trust, because you really need to learn how to trust yourself, or you really need to learn how to research and find out for yourself, right? We are well past the era of just because somebody told me so. We all, if you're listening to this at some point in one way or another, we all have like little computers in our hands, and the denial of access to that information is a concerning matter of itself. But for the most part, if you're listening to me, you are able to hear, you are able to research, you are in a position of knowing and making decisions. So use your spiritual, mental, and emotional autonomy to be the kind of person that you're going to be proud of 1,000 years from now, when and if they remember your name. And if nobody else remembers your name, at least you know you did the right thing. I love you guys so much. Everything I said applies on the macro and micro level. Many prayers. Bye.